Hello everybody, welcome back to Marvel Rivals with NICC eSports. Tonight is the second to last night you will be hearing from me this season, or semester, you pick your poison. And it looks like NICC is almost all hovering Jeff. I don't think Friendship Fan got the assignment. There's my straight up call out to a Friendship Fan. So, ban on Groot Gambit from NICC kind of makes sense. Honestly, Gambit's been doing really good recently, and Groot does a really good job just walling people off and stuff like that and taking advantage of the situations. Or, sorry, that is bans from MCC, Marshalltown, and NICC bans. Or no, is getting banned. Alright, yeah, no, those are NICC's bans. A ban on Cloak and Dagger, pretty solid. Ban on the Punisher makes sense. NICC's been running a lot of Punisher as of recently, and we've seen a lot of Loki too. Save on the Hulk, you know, they really, from what I hear, the enemy tank is really good at playing dive into whatever you're playing. And so, ban on Namor kind of makes sense. Friendship Fan's been a pretty scary DPS player all season, and I think Namor has been a pretty good back pocket for a lot of the games. Looks like there's going to be a save on a Daredevil here. They're hovering Daredevil. You know, I don't know what NICC is going to run into this, but I think they're going to do either, oh, ban on the Emma here. Makes sense, they ban the Groot, banning the Emma makes sense. But NICC appears to be trying to overcome dive. Oh, ban on the Jeff from NICC is pretty solid, honestly. Makes a lot of sense from both teams, all the picks. And it looks like immediately Marshalltown is looking for that team up. NICC and Marshalltown are both grabbing some team ups. Friendship Fan picking Mr. Fantastic, and Blibblob picking Inviswoman. Absolutely, both of those make sense. And a pick on from ZonedoutPiggy on Gambit. Gambit got banned a lot this season. You know, he's been a new character. They've been trying to tweak him. He did really good, from what I could tell. You know, just everywhere. We are gonna see a Hulk. This is yeah, absolutely a Hulk. And NICC gonna run in with a 2-2 and 2, and MCC is gonna run in with a 1-3-2, or no, a 2-2 and 2 also. Yep, both teams are running 2 tanks, 2 damage, 2 support, which has been a pretty solid pick. And I think on that announcement they released that it has one of the highest win rates. Makes absolute sense here.
2, 1.
Alright, NICC immediately putting damage into the door, and this Magneto team up is going to be something they use. It looks like Friendship Fan is aware that MCC is going to try and flank on this map, forcing NICC to back up quite a bit. MCC is going to get the cart off of the starting area. Friendship Fan is going to get killed, and it looks like Mr.Wario and ZonedoutPiggy are going to try and back up to get regrouped with their team. They don't want to see this respawn timer. And it looks like this Hulk is doing a really good job at pressuring NICC back. I mean, all he had to do was walk around and then punch up a support. NICC was really distracted there. And it looks like the Loki is set up. The Hulk is denied his entry by Mr.Wario. Friendship Fan's gonna hold this corner. Blibblob always doing a great job with the support here. He's gonna get picked off here, yeah. Mr. Wario is gonna be trying to follow around this Hulk. ZonedoutPiggy is the last one to go down as uncontested. You know, he's doing really good, just keeping the cart rolling, which is, I think, really strong in this map. NICC is going to have a hard time pushing into this cart here, with Kutch doing a lot of that blocking, and NICC is just being held in place while this Hulk walks into their team, forcing back everybody as soon as they see the Hulk. Panther goes in to make sure that there is an actual punishment for not backing up. Pretty solid team composition. It looks like the Hulk is just going to go uncontested, taking Tebby out, and he gets out alive too from the middle of NICC. Friendship Fan is caught up front main tanking, and it looks like Mr.Wario is going to try and follow up. The loss of Big Farm means NICC has to give up on second point here. And now Lee's up against NICC. And it looks like Mega Hulk is going to go in and try and get a hold of someone. And it looks like he's going to get a pick. And now we get to see an Invis-Woman go out. Ult go out. It looks like Mr.Wario is just going to try and take the point. Going to take out Invis-Woman with his ult. But no one is there to try and recap the point. And it looks like Mr.Wario is going to be taking out a lot of damage here. But he does make it out, which is a pretty nice save here by both the supports on NICC. Looks like Salty Dragon is going to his ult here. Gonna be a Invis-Woman. I don't even know why I needed to check. Invis-Woman is really strong right now, and NICC is popping fantastic ult into the Invis-Woman ult, trying to take advantage of the support's positions. Invis-Woman is going to get away from Friendship Fan, and it looks like the Raccoon is just going to be there, and Friendship Fan is the only one who sees him. Isn't going to call him out at all, and the Hulk is going to continue to take in and dive. Mr.Wario is backing up, but NICC is regaining their foothold right at the end here. Gonna try and hold this last point for 4 minutes. Looks like Friendship Fan's back to frontlining. Heavy swapped it up here. Ooh, and Touch pop his ult out. Zora is gonna pop his ult into the group of enemies, and it looks like this. It looks like he's gonna try and zone people out and try and get them as kills. And it looks like it is. NICC is pushed back into the spawn and not quite able to touch down on the point. MCC showing us the strength of Dive. Dive is really strong into NICC, as we can see here. And it looks like MCC is not going to need to swap off any of their characters. Both sides put up some impressive numbers between the supports. NICC seeing this Punisher ban probably gonna do a lot here actually. Zora is a chosen character.
Let us show these so-called heroes what mutant kind is truly capable of.
We've done this dance so many times. It's exhausting.
I suppose you'd rather just buy a victory, Emma?
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Some uninvited guests.
Immediately NICC is going to try and take advantage of this frontline bonus here where the supports are able to stay safe from the dive. It looks like MCC is going to give it up. This Hulk is a very dangerous position with a lot of characters who can change on elevation. Notably, the Hulk is going to get put down to half, and he's just immediately back to full. MCC doing a really good job of keeping their tanks alive. This Hulk has been only alive because of these supports, really. A lot of the time, NICC has to solely focus on this Hulk, though. It really looks like the payoff for pulling Hulk into this is very strong. And there's not really a way that Mag can keep the Hulk out. It's a jump off of, I wouldn't even say cooldown. It's not really a cooldown to have to charge that thing up and aim it. It looks like Tebby's gonna get caught out, and NICC is gonna have to step off the cart and give a little bit of space while they wait for Tebby to get back. Mr.Wario is gonna get grabbed and pulled into the front of the cart, but nobody is there to follow up, and Friendship Fan is going to pop ult, but all of MCC is gonna just stay off of cart with the raccoon not getting picked off, being alone. Tebby is going to be forced to back up as the opposing, there's the whole team just coming in and doing a ton of damage, and NICC supports being down.
I feel like myself again.
Looks like Wario's getting ready and seeing all of the area, I guess, for all of them, and it looks like Gambit ult is gonna force NICC in. MCC has all of it. And it looks like we are gonna see Eye of Agamotto, and that is going to be NICC's team wipe. Back to the spawn room.
There you are.
Friendship Fan really taking advantage of the clones here, which I think is really smart. Oh, and this Hulk is back in the back line. Gonna try and put a lot of pressure on NICC, but his supports are just not in range for that, so he's gonna have his team push up. And NICC is not gonna take advantage of the Hulk that almost died. Looks like Tebby is in, most definitely, and Khonshu goes down, but there's an Invis-Woman ult too. Friendship Fan is going to take out the Invis-Woman, which means the Invis-Woman ult goes down. NICC has to push the card here. The card gets back capped or anything happens from here on, till the end of the round, NICC is going to have a really hard time getting back on that card. MCC still packing 3 ultimates, or NICC is just packing none of the ult economy they need for this push. That ult from Friendship Fan was very, very good. It was pretty much the opener for NICC to push in. Now it looks like Salty Dragon is gonna go in and ult. Probably an Invis-Woman, but I'll just double check here. Yep. And NICC is going to be forced off the cart, and there's going to be 18 seconds left in the round. NICC is going to get picked off and taken out before anyone can get any kind of proper support and help. NICC not being able to touch, and the round ends in MCC's favor. Now I can see why the Hulk got banned, or not banned, saved. We're gonna transition to a small break in between the games, as we do take a look at their MVP before we go though. Don't forget about that this time. Their No More actually did quite a bit there too. Just all of MCC was doing quite a lot. Now we will go to the next round. Welcome back to NICC versus MCC. You know, the last game didn't go so great. NICC may be planning on banning Hulk out. Ooh. Interesting. NICC gonna stick with a Gambit ban, and MCC gonna Hulk ban. It looks like save no more. Makes sense. Can't really ban everyone on their team from the last match. Or, oh sorry, sides got swapped. NICC had Gambit banned against them and Hela, and NICC banned Hulk and saved no more. Like MCC is gonna take the most definite response of saving the Gambit here. NICC gonna respond to the Gambit save with a Loki ban. Loki was really dominant last match, and NICC did not have the time to deal with the Loki clones. Oh, I mean, it looks like MCC is gonna follow up with a Loki ban for themselves and a ban on Garut from NICC. Who's not gonna let this Garut out from his tanks. Cloak and Dagger is gonna be the save for MCC. Mr.Wario or Thor. And NICC is gonna save Mag into this. I don't know quite what's gonna go on here, but Mag is going to be rather powerful. And it looks like an Elsa Bloodstone ban into NICC. No Punisher ban.
You'll need a top-notch team to
Means
win this
Zora is gonna be able to play the game this round. I'm really looking forward to this next match. I'm hoping NICC can pick it up from that last round. NICC does not want to allow that last round to happen again. That's why there was a ban on Hulk here, if I had to guess. Central Park is going to be an important pick. NICC has played on Central Park, I think, one match every part of this season.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
What the hell happened?
MCC is going to swap Hulk for Rogue. I think Rogue's pretty powerful in the right hands. And we just gotta see how Hulk did in this person's hands. And I'm pretty scared of what's gonna happen here.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to stop them from.
Like NICC is immediately gonna go out and use some of the shield charge for Tebby. Looks like Tebby's gonna start putting pressure on. And immediately in challenging the enemy Strange. Neither team is really taking too much damage, but the that is a really powerful ability to steal for the Rogue. That's a second shield for them to use. Ooh, that was some big heavy actually. That almost resulted in a kill. Ulti Dragon forced out into using an ult here. Looks like Tebby's just gonna get picked on from this team fight. NICC is going to start to notice a need for some AoE damage here. They noticed how well Tubby's AoE damage did into these. So it looks like NICC is gonna go ahead and think about this for a little bit. I'm sure they'll see it. Zora appears to be in a new Punisher skin. Very nice, very nice. NICC is going to take on to the point. Immediately, Glartrox, it looks like, gets shredded here. NICC forces MCC off of the point into a stuttered spawn situation. And it looks like MCC is going to be forced to regroup for the first time in this matchup. Like MCC might consider trying to take NICC a little bit more seriously here. MCC holding triple 3 ult over top. Freaky Bob immediately popping with the Gambit ult, and Blibblob responding with his woman. And it looks like NICC is going to hear the eye happen. And it looks like NICC has the ability to respond, but I don't think they will because of just how many ults are going out from MCC. Oh, Mr.Wario is also going to pop ult, so I think maybe they consider trying to fight for this, but I don't think so. NICC just lost his support, and I think they're going to retreat, regroup, reset. It looks like Tebby's just going to get caught right outside the spawn doors here as the rogue gets away.
You stopped them in their tracks.
Oh! It looks like Ramad is in, but forced to retreat because of low HP. NICC not going to be able to quite finish off the rogue. Tebby is going to be in the front line again here. I don't know where Mr.Wario is at. Mr. Wario is walking out of the spawn doors, I see. It looks like Tebby is ulted in. Friendship Fan is going to go on a tear, ripping the enemy team apart. And it looks like Namor is going to be really strong here. And there's going to be another team fight here. Not a lot of stuttered spawning here, not like NICC could do anything about that. MCC holding Glartrox up is a little scary, especially when ZonedoutPiggy is holding a area of effect ultimate. And Bucky ult is still in back pocket. We have not seen the Bucky ult. And NICC is going to be forced to give up top of hill here for this fight. NICC is going to put a lot of pressure on these tanks, and there isn't going to be a lot that NICC is going to be able to do about that. Glartrox goes out, and NICC is going to be forced on their back leg as they regroup after that fight. Honestly, it was not that bad of a fight. NICC did pretty decent progress on moving the cart, which is the whole highlight. And NICC is winning teamfights now, which is very nice. Dora is going to go where the Gambit is at. Or not Gambit, the Rogue. And it looks like the Raccoon is just going to pop ult into this. And NICC is going to be forced to deal with the situation here because I don't think they're giving up Blibblob yet. Yep, they pop Invisult into Invisult, and NICC and MCC are just going to stare at each other until both ults go down. Tebby and Mr. Wario is going to back up the rest of his team, but the Invis Woman is not going to let go of that. And it looks like the initiative here is on Mr. Wario, and it's going to take a lot of this frontline tanking up. Mr. Wario is no shield anymore. Mr. Wario is looking for strange ult, or not strange, mag ult into this, and I think that's pretty fair, but the scare here is that Rogue now has the ability here. And it looks like mag is going to go in. He doesn't manage to finish a kill, and NICC doesn't manage to pick up anyone with the strange ult. That is almost backbreaking. NICC has the ults to make up for it, but MCC is starting to building into it. Heavy is going to pop ult into them, but once again, just going to be ineffective. And it looks like Friendship Fan is also going to pop ult in it, and it's just going to be very... This Invis woman is going to be murked by these squids, and Friendship Fan's ult is the one that sealed the deal there. And it looks like MCC is going to try and touch, which I think is going to be pretty important here. Oh my god, Friendship Fan managing to pick up another one here. Looks like Tebby is trying to take on this mag. NICC just has to get this mag off the point. And it looks like their whole team is going to move in on this. And all of NICC is going to get taken out here. The overtime ticks down in MCC's favor. You know, almost a second point. But NICC managing to put up quite the fight, quite the distance, and I think if they keep themselves composed together and not murdered, I'm sure they can get this next point.
A top-notch team to win this one.
It looks like MCC is swapping to all dive for this comp. They saw what happened when NICC was allowed to have a one-on-one matchup in their element. And it looks like MCC is just going to go all in on this dive plan. I think, yeah, Hamann is flickering venom right now. Like, this is going to be a whole dive team. NICC definitely knows this is going to be a whole dive team, I'm sure. There's no way that NICC doesn't think about this dive comp. NICC has been like thrashed by dive last round.
Your idealism refreshes.
And NICC is just on point. I don't think there's any frontal positions that they're trying to hold up. And it looks like Zora is gonna set up in the side room here. That skin is gonna make it rather difficult.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Looks like MCC making some quick switches to the non-dive comp that NICC I'm sure thought about. And it looks like the flank is gonna happen here. Is going to be pretty distracted here, and it looks like Daredevil is gonna get in on Blibblob. It's gonna be very difficult for NICC to hold that. And it looks like MCC manages to get a double kill, and MCC manages to almost fully wipe out NICC with the exception of the damage. NICC appears to be just giving the first point, not much they can do about that. NICC has to win all of the team fights from here on out, basically. And it looks like the Raccoon is going to be around up top. Like, NICC is well aware that there's a Wolverine crawling about. NICC has had some problems with some melee characters before that have had some interesting interactions with NICC. NICC is just going to keep walking back, not able to quite get their ground or the support they need, and Heavy just barely walks in too late to save Zora. Heavy is going to remain at very low life, and the Strange is going to get his ability pop, but is not going to do quite about anything before getting picked off. Blibblob is going to try his best to make some space here with the Invis Woman abilities, but NICC is just going to be forced back into the doors. And NICC is going to have to recapture cart in order to stop this from happening. And they are going to do everything in their power to stop NICC from getting close. We do get to see all of the ults go out here, and it looks like Lucky is going to pick up a double here. Piggy does make it on the point, and we get to see the vision with the Scarlet Witch ult. And it looks like they touched, and NICC loses the round. But I'm sure NICC has it in them to come back after that one. I'm confident that there is something NICC can do because they did much better than last round, winning enough team fights to get to second point, almost touching into third. welcome back to the bans and picks phases in between NICC and MCC. NICC considering the ban on Hulk, and the ban on the Mort, which is absolutely fair. Friendship ban got 18 kills last round, and was doing rather great. Not to feed into any egos or anything for later, but you know. Save on Gambit makes sense for against NICC who banned Gambit, and MCC took full advantage of the Gambit here too. Ban on the Loki from NICC. We saw this ban comp from before. I don't know if it's going to change very much in NICC's favor though. Save on the Gambit. Both sides are saving and banning. This was just the ban trade on. It looks like MCC is banning on Loki, so this is absolutely a ban on ban scenario where both teams have a very good idea of banning and saving certain characters. Looks like they're considering the ban on Pun, but MCC is taking note. Ban on the group from NICC. This also makes a lot of sense into MCC. NICC saving Mag. I've seen a lot of Mag gameplay this round, but I don't know that it's a controversial take for this round. I don't know that the Mag was able to take full advantage of every scenario that's been happening. Not to their own fault, because this Invis woman is doing a good job of keeping both the tanks separated. MCC saving on Venom. I think MCC is going to strongly consider a dive comp. Also Bloodstone ban from NICC, and it looks like both sides are set for this round.
Hero or villain,
Royal
I'm not judging.
Palace, pretty solid map. It was a ban on the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda. NICC has quite the gap to get over, but I'm sure if they manage to pull it off, it will be wild. Like MCC is gonna look at a mostly dive comp with Strange in there, make sure that there's enough protection while in and a safer catch out. Nope, Katu's gonna swap off
30
to
seconds
Angela
before your
here.
attack. Get ready.
Rather interesting, you know, NICC. I think they're starting to know. I think they're starting to know a certain weakness to melee characters from NICC, which I think has been pretty consistent throughout the season, and I'm sure that they're gonna work on in between seasons.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
You keep your eyes on the foes.
Friendship fan is in on Pun, or not Pun. Yeah, in on Daredevil. I'm falling apart. I feels like everyone's so tired right now. Alright, anyway, back to the action. NICC is immediately in on the point. MCC is going to take over high ground. Zora's immediately going to get picked off from Moon Knight, and it looks like Angela is going to get a kidnapping and mauling of everybody else. And it looks like NICC is going to get separated. And this Pun is just going to run Wario. There's nothing he could have done to stop that from happening. Devi is left on the point alone and is not going to walk out alive.
They captured the mission.
You're on my radar. Back to my old self.
Looks like Friendship Fan's gonna try and take advantage of the situation with the Venom being separated. Venom is gonna immediately get picked off, and Friendship Fan is gonna get kidnapped again. NICC is not gonna lose Punisher into this. And it looks like Punisher is gonna do a lot. Angela being behind, Punisher just ignoring the Angela in that interaction, which makes absolute sense knowing that his whole team is down. Zora is gonna get a lot of pressure from this Angela. And it looks like Wario's playing more in front, and Friendship Fan is stuck going back on the run. NICC is gonna try and get a support kill, but all of the DPS is not gonna matter if NICC isn't going to have support.
Control lost.
NICC winning one team fight, losing another.
Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
The Daredevil doing a really good job actually of making sure that you know where the enemies are a lot of the time. And it looks like this Psylocke was caught almost alone for a while there, and this Venom is in. Saw him in before, but he's gonna pop ult. And Venom passive is gonna go off. The one-time save is gonna go out. ZonedoutPiggy is gonna pop ult, and Zora is also going to follow up with ult. Now it looks like there's MCC's just gonna lay off for a little bit while these ults go away. And it looks like Friendship Fan is going to get forced off the point here. Not gonna be a lot he can quite do to get away from the Psylocke in its entirety, as the Daredevil goes into Daredevil. And NICC is not gonna take advantage of the fact that half of MCC is wiping out NICC. And it looks like this first point is going to go to MCC.
Before you attack, get ready.
Is this really what it's come to? Working with petty thieves?
Who's the one? Last I checked, we was both fighting the good fight.
Whatever, but I swear, LeBeau, if I find any of my weapons
It's good to know that Mr.Wario.
The battle starts in 4, 3, 2.
NICC hoping to get the second objective.
Capture the mission area.
I'm sure that NICC can at least pull back for this round. Capture the point is not always the worst game mode. Friendship Fan is going to take note of all of the enemies in the general vicinity for NICC. Immediately going to go out with his ultimate, going to try to take full advantage of these supports being alone, and he's just not going to be able to do very much damage into both supports. And both supports survive, and Friendship Fan has to retreat. NICC being down a support does not quite help very much here, especially with the Jeff ult that's also going to be coming in here. And it looks like Daredevil gets picked off, Friendship Fan gets picked off, and it looks like they're all after Blibblob. Heavy is gonna pop ult, but it's only gonna pick up the Venom. And it looks like the Angela almost saved the Venom while they were at it. Angela gets picked off, and NICC walks out with the point. That was a great hold by NICC over basically 2 team fights. Very much not any downtime there for MCC. And it looks like MCC is going to try and go off the high ground here, but the Venom appears to be getting ready with an ult, and he, I think, is going to go in with an ult here. Mr.Wario is going to take note of the Venom, who's now on his passive health. And it looks like NICC is going to get the Gambit ult, which is going to help a little bit holding this point. And it looks like both the tanks are on Mr.Wario, but Mr.Wario is going to walk out. But it doesn't look like the supports are going to be quite able to save Mr.Wario in time. And Zora is going to be forced to retreat. Both DPS on NICC almost have ult. MCC is sitting here with a healthy 4 ult and an Angela that just about perks somebody. And we get to see the Psylocke ult go out on to NICC. And the Psylocke ult is going to end with 2 teammates dead for NICC. And NICC is going to go back to the spawn doors here. NICC is going to have quite the team fight to get back in. Venom is going to hold very close to the door. Oh, never mind. Venom is going to take advantage of the outside, or at least try to.
Their team's capture progress.
Oh. And it looks like Angela gets picked off. NICC has a major advantage now, knowing that Angela isn't going to be a part of this team fight. Dill Raccoon, though, popping ult and going in. Zora getting put on cooldown, and Tebby and Mr.Wario are not going to be able to take advantage of the fact that Kutch is gone. NICC just needs to take back the next point. Take back the point for 1 to 2 team fights. Big Friendship Fan's going to get an ult prepared. Zora is also going to get ready with an ult. NICC needs to hold out for either of these support ults to get ready, and Ratman's ult is still here for the taking. Angela gonna get jumped this time instead of trying to kidnap people, and it looks like Mr.Wario is gonna get closest to the objective here. And it looks like we are gonna see all of the ults just start to happen. NICC hopping 2 ults. Yep. I don't know if Tebby's gonna pop ult in this team fight. It appears like NICC might try and reset and
Keep fighting until we have a winner.
NICC appears to be trying to strange portal, and Angela is going to invade before NICC can get through. MCC did very good this round. I think NICC has a little bit of a ways to go, but I'm sure they won team fights that round. They would have been able to take that, I guess, round. And MCC takes the bout 0-3. We cut to the end. Thank you all for watching, and we only have 1 more week to go before the end of the season. This is Mr. Antenna, and I am out.